Mr. Cottrell here with 29 Palm Science. We're going to look at this word kinetic energy in this video, and we're going to go over the answers to our last assignment. So the movement of particles is called kinetic energy. This term hides what's really happening. To understand, it requires knowing what is moving and how. So kinetic energy, these cars have kinetic energy. All right. And the yellow car had more kinetic energy than the red car. So the term kinetic energy hides what's really happening with temperature and pressure. The term is usually with big things like cars. So if I just said which car had the same kinetic energy, it would be hard to understand. But if I said which car had more motion, was going faster, then it's easy to understand why the yellow car is smashed more than the red car. Kinetic energy means energy due to motion. And so we can see it applies to molecules, and it also applies to pool balls and cars. All right. It's usually applied to these bigger things like pool balls and cars. So to understand the temperature and pressure, we have to focus on what is moving and how. In the white box on this animated GIF, you can see particles moving, and with they increase in speed or decrease in speed. And that increase and decrease in speed, that is what changes temperature and pressure. So the term kinetic energy hides what's really happening. If you are going to explain a cause, don't use the term kinetic energy. This term applies more to calculating amounts of motion. Okay, something left for high school physics. Okay, so none. Describe the particles in a gas. All right, so let's look at the particles in this white box. What do we see? We see moving in all directions, and we see they're going a speed. All right, so particles are moving in all directions. That's a description of what we see. 2, specifically, what is being measured when any temperature is taken? Okay, so what is there in the white box? There's particles. What are they doing? They are moving. So that movement is being measured by temperature. So when you take a temperature, it is measuring that movement. What causes a higher temperature and what causes a lower temperature? Let's look at this video. It's a little better than that animated GIF. So when temperature is low, those particles are moving slow. When temperature is low, it's moving slow. As temperature goes up, okay, or as speed goes up, temperature is higher and pressure is higher. As speed goes up, temperature is higher and pressure is higher. So what do you see when temperature is low? I see slow particles. What do you see when temperature is high? I see fast particles. And so what is particle motion called? It's called kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is a generic term. Okay, so energy is the ability to do work. Kinetic just means resulting from motion. So kinetic energy doesn't explain much, but saying the particles are moving and moving particles is what causes temperature and pressure. If they're going faster, they collide harder, and that makes pressure. If they're going faster, that makes a higher temperature. So that's how to use these words. Thank you very much.